people are you talking about?
You and me.
You and me?
All the people. Vote for your country.
We're not. We're definitely not all the people.
Another person to the Supreme Court.
Why do you want to vote for Trump?
Tired of winning.
Why do you want to vote for Trump?
Oh man. Why would I want to vote for the other party? Do I hate myself?
Interesting.
Do I hate
Good
myself?
point. Good point.
No, man.
Trump 2020.
Why do you want to vote for Trump?
2020.
Why?
Well, why not?
I want to know from first. Why?
Because he's the most pro-black, pro-Hispanic president in history.
How
The
is
most
that
pro-gay president in history.
How is that true?
Do you see the statistics with unemployment? Did you see how
So what with unemployment?
the unemployment? Have you seen the statistics?
I want to touch that. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're lowest in history. So yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
the most open-minded president. Yeah.
You mean
so.
the unemployed? Oh, okay.
Latinos for Trump!
Latinos for Trump is over here. Trump 2020. Trump 2020.
That's a defilement of the American flag.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Whatever you want to think it is. That's
Isn't
fine.
it though? Like legally, isn't it like a defilement of the flag?
Actually,
You're
no,
not supposed
no. I
to
have
change.
relatives who are
I'm gonna
cops.
stop talking to you.
It's
actually,
not
I'm
illegal
not
though.
really.
You don't know
But
what you're
there's
talking
flags for everything, even gay.
American flag?
Gay rights.
This is an American flag that you change the colors of, which is illegal.
Well, I don't know. Do
Technically.
you know that for sure?
I do actually.
You do know it?
Yeah,
For sure? Really?
Yeah, there's actually like a whole amendment. I don't want to agitate. I'm curious.
What's the question? I love talking.
Why do you want to vote for Trump?
about. You want to take the
Well, I voted
Wait
for
a minute. I want to know for sure. She said this is illegal.
This is
not.
a defilement of the American flag.
No.
Yes, it
no,
is.
it isn't.
100%.
You can't put the American flag on you as clothing.
You can't change the colors of the American flag.
Then
No,
it's not the American flag.
This is not the American flag. It's a flag we made for our police officers. It's not defiling the American flag. It's not red, white, and blue. It's got the blue stripe, which signifies police. Yeah, and it's very old. We've been flying that for years. I don't
Really?
know.
I just saw it.
No, it's been flown for many years. I could send you the information. I was a
would
Boy
love to
Scout.
see that.
I was a Boy Scout leader. I know all about it. I even know how to start a
How were
fire.
you a Boy Scout leader?
Yes.
How were you a Boy Scout leader?
My boys were boys, and I didn't have a husband that was a good husband. So I went to the Boy Scout troop, and I said, I want my boys in the troop. And they said, well, we need a leader. And I said, I'm in.
I'm so glad they let you be a
Latinos for Trump!
That's awesome.
This lady is
Why do you want to vote for Trump?
All lives matter.
I voted for him because my country was in really bad trouble.
I want people to see my
I voted for him because our country was in financial distress. Obama had ruined our military so we couldn't even protect ourselves. I don't know if you know that. He had fired a whole bunch of generals. There was no way we could have been attacked by anybody at any time. And I was scared because China wanted to take us over. Not Russia, China. So I was worried about that, and he's really good with finances. Look at all the companies he's made. Look at all that. He knows how to bring the economy back so everybody's got a job.
How is he bringing the economy back and everybody has a job? He lost all the jobs during Corona, including myself.
The coronavirus, you're right. Coronavirus was made in China by a lab that was paid for by Obama. If you don't believe all this, you need to go look it up on the Q Post.
So what?
Praying Medic. Go look at Praying Medic's videos on the Q Post. He dissimulates what the Q Posts are, and you can figure out what they are.
Them to keep winning.
If you don't look everywhere, honey, you're just seeing
We will
everybody.
keep winning.
One person.
No, that's why I'm asking. I'm
No.
so curious because
I would
I
love-
think that he's an awful human being. I think that he's gonna put us into a dictatorship, and the youth, we're fucked.
Okay. Do you
Let
know
me say
that?
one thing. I just want to say one thing. For me, I'm old. I've seen a lot. I was
Me
in
too.
the
I've
60s,
seen a lot.
smoking pot, you know,
Love
doing
pot.
all that. Okay.
Please don't
But
touch me with your
I
phone.
have a grandson who's 10, and I took care of him for the first 5 years of his life. And he is so in me, and I'm in him. And I know what's going to happen if Donald Trump leaves office. And I'm terrified. And the only thing we have between communism. He's the only person.
Communism? Okay, I can't.
Do you know anything about
Whether you
communism?
like it or not.
I know a little about it.
A little bit.
Well, she's actually getting to the crux of the matter. And if you don't,
Don't touch me with your flag, please.
if you don't hear the
You
facts,
know what? I just want to say something.
I don't want that in my face. I
You're
don't.
wasting our time.
Wherever you are.
If
not
you,
mine, I'll talk to you.
I don't. Yeah, but I can.
Bottom line, are you voting for Trump or Biden?
I'm definitely 100% voting for Biden. Oh my God, I almost said Trump.
Trump,
No,
come
dude,
on.
no way. You're not supposed to
Biden,
touch hands
Biden.
right now. You should also probably be wearing a mask. You're a young person. What are you doing?
Supporting my
Think
president.
for yourself. Turn off the fake news.
Why
Think
do
for
you like
yourself.
about Trump?
Because I'm Christian and he's doing
Awaken
so
from
many things
deception.
for all Americans, Black Americans, Latino
Okay,
Americans.
that's the second time I've heard that argument today. What is he
Okay.
doing for Black Americans?
Well, same thing. The economy is the
We have the
I'm
highest
sorry, I'm really
economy.
curious about the youth.
There
right
is
now.
money
It's
in
actually-
black
well, he's
communities
my
and
dad,
Latino
so we know the
communities
same
because
thing.
of Donald J. Trump.
Lowest-
I doubt it.
What have the Democrats
Lowest child
done for the
unemployment,
Latino
okay.
community?
Lowest
What have
what?
the Democrats
Job
done for the
unemployment.
black community and the
Tax
last
cut.
50
Since he's-
years?
that's his
Since
agenda,
Obama
since
had been in
2016.
Jail us.
No,
Nothing
since
but
2016,
indoctrinate our
Obama was not good for the
children.
economy.
Nothing but keep us on welfare. Nothing but keep
Why do I
us
like Trump?
depressed.
Because he's
Wake
not a politician,
up.
he's a businessman.
Turn off
He
your
knows how to rule our
television.
country the proper
Who
way.
bankrupt all of his
We are
businesses?
free thinkers.
No.
We are a proud
No, he didn't.
American. Trump
Atlantis.
2020.
He is a strong businessman. He's not a politician. Nobody's pulling his strings. Nobody's paying him.
Leave
He doesn't
socialism
even take
to
a salary.
boot. If you
He
want
makes-
socialism, go to Venezuela.
Can you turn that up, please?
Go to
I love that song.
We don't want communism. Trump is your president, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
makes
not
$1
for
Trump is
a
your
year.
president.
Huh?
Trump makes $1 a year, and he donates all the rest of his money.
Trump is your president.
he's not in it for the money,
Trump is
he
your
loves
president.
America.
What do you think he's
Trump is
gonna
your
do for you?
president. Trump is
He's
your
making
president.
America a stronger nation for when I'm an adult.
How old are
Trump
you?
is your
I'm
president.
18.
Trump is your president.
You're voting this time around for the first
I'm
time?
gonna vote for Trump.
Fuck yeah, I'm so excited that you get to vote. I'm really sorry that you're voting for Donald Trump.
Okay, well,
I hope that as you...
you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
Absolutely.
That's what makes America the
I'm
most
glad that
great
you're
country.
registered to vote and that you're going to exercise your right.
The most patriotic things happening.
Fuck Donald Trump. Look at you. Wow. I know that you're too cute to vote for Donald Trump. God bless you. And so, gracias, chica. How are you guys doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little sad.
Yeah, I know you went by earlier, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you.
I know, I had a moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious though, like, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
Why should you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Ask her.
No, I want to ask you.
Why should you vote for Trump?
You don't want socialism.
I think,
I might want socialism.
So, I think he's doing a lot more for the people financially. It's not his fault we're going through this COVID-19, but his administration with the stimulus packages, stimulating the economy, is a great thing. I think he's doing an okay job, him and his administration, for the American people under the circumstances. And
What parts, like, particularly though?
stimulus,
The
stimulating the
like
economy,
the $1,200 check that some of us got.
money, and what he's telling people, and what he's telling the world is this is the greatest country in the world. Everyone here has an opportunity to be financially stable, take advantage of it. If you had your own business, you would qualify for millions of dollars through the stimulus package.
That's not true, but
It's not true.
I have my own business. So does
Why
my
is it
mom,
not true?
and she's not qualified. We're not qualified. So, like,
You're not qualified, but if you continue,
for the
how long
millions
have
of
you-
dollars,
how
that's
long
just
have you had your
that's
business?
blasphemy.
How long have you had it?
Only just a year.
Right. If you had it probably longer, just like a nonprofit with 501c3, you would qualify if you had it for years. You can qualify for money. So then,
So do you like Trump as a person? Like when he like?
do I like him as a person?
Not
of course,
really.
I love him. I love Trump.
He's kind of, you know,
I
to
love
be honest with
everyone.
you,
I love Trump.
he's okay,
He's
but
not
he's kind of, he says
politically-
idiot
No.
stuff.
He's not
right?
100%. He's not very
Please don't
experienced.
interrupt. I want to hear.
He's
what
not
it
very
is.
experienced politically. He's learning how to be a chief and commander, but his administration.
He's fired everybody that he hired, though.
He's fired.
I mean-
He's probably been advised to do that by his administration. It's the Republicans' time now. 8 years ago, 4 years ago, the Democrats had their time to be in office. And what's his name, Obama? I guess he did okay.
Okay.
You know, he started off, remember?
He did nothing.
Huh?
He did nothing.
I mean, remember the thing that he did, the first thing he did when he got into office was that it was kind of similar to a stimulus package as far as infrastructure and...
He let people on food stamps for 4 years.
But I know, we're not talking about the negative. Let's talk about the positive.
Oh.
It was the Democrats' turn. It's the Republicans' time now. And the Republicans have always tried to stimulate the economy. And that's what it's all about. You know,
So money is what it's all about.
How
Money.
do you become... Well, come on. Money,
But what about
prosperity.
life? What good is money
Life?
if you
God
are
first.
murdered in your bed?
God first. God comes first.
So do you believe
In
that
God
there's a
we trust.
separation between church and state?
The what?
Should there be a separation between church and state?
No.
No.
Nothing should
Well,
affect...
there's not really. I mean, God is
nothing-
printed all over our money.
God,
and
that right
yeah,
there.
There's
No,
not.
we don't. In God we trust. Okay, so they put that on the money. I don't believe that that's a good idea. If
That
you
what's
really-
a good idea?
That's not. That doesn't mean that in your heart that you trust in God. Trusting in God doesn't come from a dollar. Trusting in God comes from what's in your heart, first and foremost.
For sure.
So we're not talking about what's on.
But
the
I mean, it's also like, you know, intertwined with the state, which I don't particularly think is fair because there's a lot of religions here in the great USA, and isn't that part of what's great about here? Is just like the multitude of religions and beliefs and our freedom to expression.
Yeah, of course.
So like, why like one God? That doesn't seem
Well,
fair.
but they don't.
Isn't that
teach-
beautiful?
The government,
Thank
if you
you.
listen, if you pay attention, they don't teach religion. They don't teach religion.
The government doesn't really
the Bible,
teach.
They don't get a Bible and say, okay, this is your First Amendment right. You know, this is chapter 3 of John 17:3. No, they don't do that. That's where you separate. You separate. You have to know how to separate religion from politics.
For sure, I agree
Okay.
with that. But that's not what you just said.
What?
That's not what you just said.
As far as what?
You said that church and state should be together.
No. I said God first. God should
Well,
come before
depending
everything.
on who. Like, not everybody believes in God.
Okay, so that's an individual.
Absolutely,
choice
and that's what's
decision.
good about being an American is our ability to believe or not believe, right?
That's freedom of
So
religion.
do you love Trump because he believes in, or he says that he believes in
No, I
God
love Trump because that is the law.
and money?
That the
God
law.
and money?
First, when I say God first,
God and money!
No.
God and money, right?
The God says,
No?
love your neighbor as yourself.
Okay.
God says you must love God.
Do you
This is
think
the
that?
law.
Do you think that
This is the law.
Okay.
The Bible. You must
the
love
law
God.
or the Bible? Because that's
The
different.
law. No. You have to know what laws and principles are first.
I know what a law and a principle
law.
is, and I know
The
what a
law,
Bible
God's
is too,
law
and they're
says.
just not.
And
They're
then
not
we
the
say,
same.
why does God? The principle is, why does God say to? What is the principle? God says to love God with all your heart, all your strength, all your vital force. And then He said you must love your neighbor as yourself. Then why do we have to love God? Why is He telling us what's the principle? When God says we must love Him first, the principle is because God loves us. So the law says love your neighbor as yourself. That's why I love Trump, because God says so. And so that's in my heart to have the ability to love your neighbor. Not because you're a certain color, but it's because that is a law. When you follow laws, like
There's
the
a law that
stop
says
at a
love
red
your
light.
neighbor?
The law says to stop at a red light. Why? So you don't get hit by a car. So then you obey that law. And so you obey that law, you practice that. You practice that in your life. I've practiced that for most of my life, to love my neighbor.
I'd rather be blinded. Thank you.
Okay, so then that's why I love Trump, because God's law says that. It has nothing to do because of his political...
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, God. Do you think that Trump really believes in God?
He believes? I
You
wouldn't say-
hesitated. You hesitated.
I wouldn't say
You
that
don't think that he actually does. He's using it as
I don't know him
propaganda.
personally.
What?
I don't know him personally.
But do you think that Trump believes in God?
Yeah, I think he believes in God. I think he believes, but that doesn't mean he obeys the law. You can believe.
Wait.
You can believe but not obey the law.
I'm getting all sorts of lost in our conversation, but I appreciate you talking to me. And bless you.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
don't even know you, but I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Yeah, that's why I'm not voting for Trump.
I love that
Who are you
dog.
voting for?
I'm voting for Joe and Kamala. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm a Bernie girl through and through.
Yeah, what?
I'm a Bernie girl through and through.
Oh, Bernie, huh?
Oh yeah.
So you like socialism?
I could fuck with socialism.
Yeah.
After capitalism is just basically just torn people apart, and you know, I don't think that money is more important than humanity. Do I want a Trump mask? That's so cute.
I think you're on the border.
I'm just teasing.
I would love a Trump mask.
Yeah?
You're
Yeah.
not gonna burn it?
I'm probably not gonna burn it because I'm not an arsonist.
I think you're on the border.
That's cute.
I think you can appreciate this.
I think you like to flirt.
I think you can appreciate this.
Oh, ew, it touched me.
Shannon, hold the flag over her. The sun out.
I'm good. Wow. There's a Black Lives Matter little rally here
There was.
earlier this
You
morning.
want to see the debate?
Which debate?
Well, the guy, me and him debated the guy
How come you're not wearing a mask when you're talking to me?
because I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in coronavirus? You don't? You are a Trump supporter. Wow.
Actually, I was
Is
just
this your
driving
dad?
by. We live
Where do you live?
We live in Santa Cruz. We're just driving by.
Oh, what's that like? Living in Santa Cruz as Trump supporters?
not like
Wait,
this.
Scotts Valley, right?
That's where my brother goes to school, so like we hang out around that area.
Here's the debate. Here's the guy. The organizers right here. That gal and then the
Oh
other
yeah,
guy.
Queen Tay, she's rad.
Yeah, we talked to her a lot. We changed her mind.
Oh, you
She's
did?
coming to our side.
Yeah, okay.
And then she's with some other older lady, political science major type lady, smart lady with a big shield
I know who you're talking
and
about.
3 masks.
Yeah.
She was going crazy on the masks.
I didn't really understand her.
But so the black guy, the short black guy with the muscles, the guy with the speaker.
Nathan, yeah?
Yeah, it's Nathan. Yeah, so he was over there by the car, and I went over there, and I just started talking to him. I said, "Hey, let's talk. Let's come to some agreement here."
That's what I'm here for. Like I'm just curious, like why anybody in their right mind after 4 years of having Trump that they would want him again.
So we talked for about a half hour, this group of us, and we all talked nicely.
I appreciate that. I love to talk
It was a good talk.
nicely.
So we weren't here to do this. We were just on our way to Carmel, and we just happened to have a flag in our car, and I was wearing a shirt today. Isn't that funny? He had this in his car.
So funny.
So-
Wow.
I like holding it out the window on the
Do
freeway.
you believe in climate change?
I think it's a natural thing because they had the ice age that happened without all of our factories and stuff. So I think the Earth changes on its own. I think human pollution it could affect it a little bit. I don't think it's the biggest cause, and I definitely don't think that the Earth is gonna end in like 10 years. I've been saying for decades. I don't think we're in for like extinction or anything like that. I don't think it's that big a scale of an issue.
What makes you think that?
That's just my opinion.
That's just like what your gut tells you?
Yeah.
Do you think that like your kids will experience
No.
do you think that we're experiencing any type of devastation from climate change now? California, Santa Cruz getting really hot. I really don't want that to touch me. Thank you.
No, I just think the world, it heats up and it cools down throughout the seasons. That's natural. It's how it's always been. So,
Did you learn that in a science class?
no, that's just my common knowledge.
Well, there was the flood. Noah had the flood. We had the ice age. We don't know if this
So
is
the ice age comes and then humans are done.
We don't know if this is 100
Are you
years.
okay with human extinction just because it's a natural part of the Earth?
We wouldn't want that.
No, we wouldn't.
But we don't know if this is a 100-year cycle or a 1,000-year cycle. We have no idea. We just haven't lived here long enough. We don't know.
Uh-huh.
So the
We also
icebergs
have
can
science though,
Huh?
like, we can look back on some things and
the carbon
learn
footprint,
how to do that.
that's not proven to melt the glaciers. It's not proven.
You don't think that we've even been experiencing that here, greenhouse effect in Monterey? It is
I don't see any.
90 degrees in September.
It's Indian summer.
Right now.
It's Indian summer. Give me an Indian bird. I'll show her. Look. See how red my arm is? It's Indian summer.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the way it is. It's like that in Santa Cruz. It's like that every year. It's been like that. It might be a few degrees hotter this last 5 years. I don't know. The fires were all caused by all the lightning storm. We had 14,000 lightning strikes in the middle of a heat wave. Whether it was a heat wave or not, we would have had fires in California.
But like they're just getting progressively worse.
I don't know. Are they really?
Aren't they though?
I don't
It's
know.
not even the beginning of fire season, and we've already burned more land in California than like all this fucking year before.
This is a bad year. We haven't done.
No, so
forests.
next year you're like,
No,
oh,
because
bad
now the
year.
forests have all burned, so we're cleaning out the forest. So next year should be better.
Uh-huh.
Next 10 years might be better, right?
What if it's not?
You learn deforestation in your econ class.
Yeah, fires are actually a natural process and it
Oh,
recycles the
absolutely.
forest. It's healthy for it.
For sure. At this rate, I don't know. I think it's a little.
I think it's a bummer that it affects people.
I'm not smart enough to know one way or the other, to tell you the truth. I'm just not that smart, so I don't really know one way or the other.
Well,
But I
what
don't-
we both know for sure is that it's definitely not worth sacrificing our economy for a Green New Deal, moving all of our funds away.
Yeah, it's not.
That would really just hurt our economy.
And I drive a Tesla, so I'm doing my
He
part.
does drive a Tesla. I drive a Hummer.
You're lucky you can afford that. You drive a Hummer.
But I drive a Tesla because I got the federal rebates, $7,000 rebates.
Yeah, that's good.
So it was a lot cheaper.
Heck yeah. There's a lot of ways that you can make your money and not have to be a Trump supporter.
Yeah. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
no.
Let's recall Governor.
Makes me sad. I'm glad you guys are expressing your constitutional right to
Thank you. You're the
rally
same.
and do all this. Yeah. It makes
We
me
like
sad.
positive intercourse. We don't like riots. We don't like
I
fires.
love positive intercourse.
We don't like all the
Consent is
violence.
sexy.
Yes, consent.
All right, you guys. Good luck. How are you guys?
Great. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just out here curious, walking by about y'all.
Can I give you a sheet about Black Lives Matter
Sure.
that I made up?
Yeah, totally. You made it up?
No,
Well,
we typed it up.
Well,
Make it up.
that sounds.
You know the truth about Black Lives Matter, the organization?
I mean, I think I do.
You're a white female that they're using. You know that they.
I identify as a white cisgendered female. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't see any black women out here, do you?
No.
No. You wonder why? Yeah.
I
Read
do.
that, and then research it. You'll find out you're paying homage to a Marxist.
I love
organization.
Marx. Honestly, I think he was a brilliant philosopher.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
then you're for the destruction of this country that you live in and have all the benefits.
I do because I'm white.
No, there are a lot of whites that don't have
Marxist.
Well, I'm
any
a-
privileges
For
here.
socialism.
I've got a lot of privileges because I am
Yeah.
white. So.
We're against racism. They want to divide this country, black against white. What for? If something is there's injustice, and we want to fix it for everybody, black, white, red, brown.
So what are
yellow.
y'all doing for Black Lives out here?
Because we're for all lives here. I just told you, every color is another life that needs to be respected, honored, and not destroyed.
I agree.
Okay.
So,
Well,
like,
then
how
why
do you-
why
how
are
do
you
you-
joining this
how do you-
this destruction of America with this?
I
Black
don't think
Lives?
it's a destruction of America. I don't think that all lives matter until we actually acknowledge that Black Lives matter.
Is that what they told you?
I mean, it's what I've come up with after I've been
Well,
actively trying to feed my brain.
okay,
You go
but
to school.
I am a graduate, yes.
Yeah. So what is your goal here? To if for the destruction
Just
of
right here,
America?
right now?
Yeah.
Or just like in general.
What?
What's my goal with?
Yeah. How are you going to partake with Black Lives and destroying
I'm gonna
America?
vote for sure. I show up to protests and rallies for Black Lives. This is my first Trump rally.
so
Yeah, I'm showing up. And I'm having this conversation, and I think it's important.
I think it is too for unity. And we are for unity, and we are for Black
We don't
Lives
want to
Matter,
divide
but-
this
You
country.
are?
Of course.
Thank you.
But we're for every life. I mean, the blacks
We believe
are
in
not
God,
the
first
only
of all.
ones that
Yeah, he made all
So do a lot of
lives.
black people.
If you don't believe
I
in
do too.
God, then you're starting with a premise that this is out of control. And that
So do you
would
think
just-
that like America and our church and state should be one, or do you believe in a separation of church and state?
America was founded under God.
Well, America wasn't founded.
If you
America
follow-
was stolen, and
Stolen?
yeah,
Who taught you that? In
America
school?
was stolen
What school?
by indigenous
Who did
people.
we
They
steal
were
it from?
the people that lived here already, who had already founded America. There were already people here. We stole it. We came in and we killed them so we could take it for manifest destiny. No?
No.
America wasn't discovered, it was stolen.
So somebody did something a few centuries back, and you're calling them we? You aligned with them?
I need more context of your sentence. I don't know who you're asking me to align with when I say we.
But you know,
W-E.
we support Jews.
I know how it's spelled.
We support Jews are very discriminated against
Sure.
all over the world.
Sure.
We support
Yeah.
Hispanics.
What about Breonna Taylor? How do you
What
feel
about
about
her?
that?
Look at brown lives are discriminated against here.
But
Why don't you
that's not the
why don't you march and say brown lives matter? Brown lives matter. You see?
We do.
It's hypocritical and it's racist. Okay? Why don't you go and march and say yellow lives matter? Yellow lives matter. Yellow lives
Because
matter.
that's not the
You're
conversation.
racist. You're racist.
They do matter.
You're
Of course they
racist,
matter.
you see,
Of course
when you
all
do that.
lives matter.
You're
No.
labeled as racist when you do that. Unless you say all lives matter, then we have unity in this
But
nation.
do all lives matter? If black lives don't matter, they're getting murdered in their bedrooms.
But they're not. Breonna Taylor was associated with a man that shot a cop. Now, come on.
Breonna Taylor was asleep in her bed. They broke into the wrong house in the middle of the night, not dressed like police officers. Do you believe in having a gun?
Yes.
Why doesn't the NRA stand up for what happened? They broke into her house in the middle of the night. They reached for their gun. That's what y'all would do. This is the wrong house.
They were chasing her
It
boyfriend.
was the wrong house.
Well, if it was the wrong house, why did they let the policeman go?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
I think there's a lot of misinformation about that.
Yeah.
Along
Where do you get your
with all
information?
She
the
was
other
an innocent woman who was murdered in her sleep. How is that? Why wouldn't we demand justice for that?
So do you watch TV?
Well,
No.
Where do you get your information from?
Articles, news outlets.
Media. Okay.
Yeah, don't you? That's
No.
what media encompasses.
The
Okay,
media
where
are-
do you get your information
the
from?
media in
if
this
not
country,
media.
95% of it are owned by 5 corporations. They don't report the news.
Yeah, and
they
those
make
are
the
like
news.
Republican
follows them.
conservative
They're
cop-
like lemmings.
No,
oh
they're
yeah,
not.
they turn their TV on. Oh, that's what it's all about. You know. Sorry.
Well, there's a lot of
You're a
misinformation.
student.
I'm not a student, I'm a graduate.
Okay, you're a graduate. They taught you that's how you get information. Go home, turn your TV on, and listen to the media. Oh,
No, that's not what I said.
Well, your
I told
professors-
you I don't even watch TV.
Well, your professors do, and they're teaching that to their students.
You don't know that. So, I